Hey, how we doing? We're doing it. It's weird how my Coke disappears. Okay. I was holding back that Coke until I was on the stream. And here it's like, what is it, noon? I think this is my 5th one so far. 6th, maybe. I don't know. Updating the IDE at the last second here, so living fast and dangerous. Let's get right into it. I had this great idea last night. JetBrains is pushing their AI coding thing on me, which is great because AI coding is amazing. I got Diet Coke all over my screen. Okay, let's get right back into it. So I was thinking about this last night. Somebody suggested having castles in the game, and I thought that was a really great idea because it is CastleMiner. So we could have castles with dungeons inside because we're building out this voxel prefab system, which you could use yourself to build stuff for us if you'd like. We'd love to have you contribute stuff to the game. But I had this cool idea because now we have pyramids. Well, let's just show it. This will be better to show it, and then I could also see if the game works because I just did an update before we got here. Recap while this is building. We have this is very we'll start from scratch. It'll be more fun that way. We have this pyramid, and this is Magic of Voxel, the tool that you can download and use to put stuff in the game. And the pyramid has this doorway inside, and it's solid. Let me whack the bottom of this one off. There we go. And you can see there's a shaft on the center, but and so what I can do is I put these in the world, and I'm putting dungeons inside of them. And I started thinking, what else could I do? The idea of putting a castle with a dungeon, but one of the things I thought about doing was doing a tower. And it's interesting to me because the tower is just this iconic part of the game. And like years and years and years ago, I had this dream about this like really, really tall, dark tower with a spiral staircase around it, which has kind of haunted me ever since. Hey, thank you for the donation. Thank you so much. This is the first donation. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Don't come here for the donations, but everything helps, and all of this goes directly to the funding the game, which is important to us right now. So thank you. But anyways, I had this dream about this dark tower, and then last night when we were playing with the game, I was looking at the build height of the world and realizing that I could build a procedural tower with dungeons in it that went up like 40, 50 stories. So I was going to try to do this on the stream here and see how it turned out. And then I was thinking I could make this enormous tower be part of the game experience where you would have to walk up the whole thing for some reason. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to... let's just get into the game and look at the stuff we were doing last night. We got Unreal running here. And let's zip out to the... We have some pyramid set up temporarily out here. And last night we were putting these procedural doors in the pyramids. And this one's covered in sand, but we can get inside. Let's light a torch up. This one is... Some of these pyramids are easier to get around than the other. But here's a stairway down here. We take the stairway, see if I can get my bearings straight. Stairway, I can walk through the underground dungeons up to somewhere around here I should find another stairway that takes me up to the other tower. And I think I got lost. Yeah, I'm totally lost down here. If I poke around long enough, eventually I'll find another stairway that takes me up to another pyramid. But I can restyle these dungeons, and I could build them vertically on top of each other. So that's what I was going to try to do today, and I'm just going to see how that turned out. That's a shame, because I was really, well, let's just go back to where we were. We also fixed the water last night too. So there was that bug with the water, and we fixed that. And this is the little Club Med scene here. This is I keep joking that I'd like to vacation here. It's like this is just a random occurrence. There's like an oasis that appeared in between two pyramids, and just looks like it would be a nice place to like sit by the beach and hang out. So let's go down into here. I want to try to get this to work one more time, where I just go down and pop up another pyramid. These stairways are pretty... Oh, here's the stairway. Okay, so we have to go behind the stairway. I think I went the wrong direction. Yeah, so if I go this way... Eventually I should run into another stairway. I know it's there, it's just... Oh, here we go. And I go up the stairway, and actually it's right through here, the door, because I know the geometry of these. There's a... I'm so lost. Oh, this is funny. This I actually don't know why this would be. This cave has a blocked entrance, or this is the entrance to the pyramid, and it's blocked. And I don't really understand why. If it's in a transition zone, maybe. Sand is falling down on me. Oh, I'm not flying. Oh, yeah, it was backed up to a stand dune. Okay. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go through... I'm going to go through the exercise. Oh, another donation. Thank you so much. Is it possible to get two versions, the original game ported to work for new Xboxes and the new one? No, it isn't. Short story. The reason we're doing this, you have to understand the reasons we're doing this. Like everybody, I think the biggest request that we've got over the years was bring the game back to Xbox, bring the game back to Xbox. And Microsoft dropped support for XNA years and years and years ago, so it isn't possible for us to just take the game and move it to Xbox. So the choice that we had to make was to redo the entire game in a modern engine, which is what we're doing now. So this game will replace the original CastleMiner. So we're building a game that's sort of true to the original CastleMiner, but looks much better and is in modern engines, so that we could easily update it and move it to platforms. So when you're asking the question, can you port the original game over to Xbox, that's sort of what we're doing right now. Like, that is the reason we're doing this, is so that we could bring the game back to Xbox. But since what happened was, if you looked at the earlier screenshots, we started doing this inside of Unity. I'm not a big fan of Unity. And because of this, the game looked really similar to the old game, and I thought, well, it's ridiculous to redo the entire game and then have it look exactly like the old game did without anything new. Like, let's try to get what we can out of modern hardware. So anyways, yeah, let's do this. Okay, so we're going to go through the whole thing here. So let's start up. We're going to make, this is going to be really interesting. We have all the pieces because of doing the pyramid here. We have all the pieces to do this, and I've kind of refactored the code while everybody was away, because refactoring code is not fun to do. So we're going to make a new, save it to, no. Okay. We'll start by making a giant tower like the pyramid. 100 by 100 by, I think I figured this out, by 12. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a slice of the tower. And then we're going to just put dungeons in them and stack them on top of each other. And I'm going to see like what it's like to navigate through a giant, tower that, if you watch the things, our build height is really, really tall right now. So it's like to see what that'll be like. I think the build height is 512. It might be 1024. I'm not. Should actually look that up. And of course, the new rider is causing problems for me. I have this, there's different types of worlds you can build. One of them I'm maintaining is the classic world, where it's very, very close to the original version of the world. But in here it also has the build heights. Ground level's at 256. Actually, it's probably not. The build height is, I should probably know this offhand. I'm pretty sure the build height is 512. And I think it'd be interesting to build something that's tall. Okay, well, let's just jump into this. Okay, so what we need here is this like slabs of a tower. So let's get rid of, first of all, let's get rid of this thing. And let's just make this a solid granite ortho from the top. And let's just make this a solid granite block. Granite's new to the game. It's a different type of rock. I don't know what the fast way to do this is, but I know that you could just do this. Somebody's asking how this affects the new remaster affects OG, or will be a whole other playlist. This is a separate project, and our hope is that people will play this CastleMiner instead of the old one. So let's get to it. Let's see. So let's see. We can erase. What I had in mind here was actually I might have to make this bigger. Is like a balcony with stairways that you can walk up on the sides of the building. And I'm thinking of a couple different ways to do this, but also we have to appreciate the scale of this. So this is going to be the ground level. You're going to be on the ground. There's going to be 2 levels up for like a railing around you. And you know, now I want to make a beveled granite. I'll do that offline. Yeah, so let's knock out another one here. Nope. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I see, and I can go back. Yeah, this is what I should do. Okay. I'm still learning how to use this tool. So let's go here and let's knock out, let's see. This is going to be our railing. So I think we need 3 out of here. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll go 4. That doesn't seem right. Oh, it's not, because we have too much there. Okay, so we can pull this in. I'm kind of amazed at how big these areas are. 2, 3, 4. Let's delete that. No! That's, I see it's deleting as I'm touching it, so I'm like over deleting 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Somebody saying I got sick glasses. Yeah, I don't wear glasses, but I don't like wearing reading glasses very much. I love to, I'm trying to find some sort of more interesting reading glasses. These are actually reading glasses, which are pretty cool. I like the vibe. Thank you so much for the donation. X and A can be converted to mono game, which is supposed to be new Xboxes. Yeah, we've looked into all of these options over the years. I could talk a long time about it. Networking is an issue. Maintaining the game is an issue. We have looked at all the options and we felt that this was the best one. I guess that's the best way for me to say it. Let's do here. We're going to knock another one out. Okay. So this is, oh, I missed one. Okay, this is what I'm going for here. This is so easy to do with this tool. This would be so hard to do procedurally for real. Let's take that out. Okay. This is actually 4 wide, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I was thinking about building like a stairway on the inside of this. Or just taking 2 every so often and building a stairway out of that. But let's replicate this on each side of the building. I bet there's a good way to do this, but I don't know it, so I'm going to just do it by hand here. I gotta remember, I'm still getting used to this tool. There we go. And I could go That gets me what I want. Yep. Somebody asked if this will be available on the Xbox eventually. It's up to Microsoft. In the meantime, I'm going to just post the FAQ up here because a lot of these answers are answered by the FAQ. And if people in the community want to answer these, that's fine too. So, yeah, let's just do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And get the walkway cut out here. Let's get this. I see getting the view right is really the trick. And again, you can download this tool and help us out by making things for the game, and like maybe you'll come up with some great ideas that we haven't come up with. Yes. Oops, now I want to do this in a more controlled way. And I think if I was going to do this for real, what I would do is make progressively smaller and smaller ones for as the tower went up. That's no good. But that's going to get tedious on this stream. I'll probably break this up into 3 or 4 different streams. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't feel right. 1, 2, 3. You know what I need to do? Wait a second. Somewhere around here there is a... Yeah, there we go. It's a grid. 2, 3, 4. Take that out. And we will take these blocks out. Now, I thought about having a stairway that kind of climbed slowly across the whole thing, but I think what I'm going to do is just put a stairway on certain sides. 2, ooh, that's not far enough, is it? 4, did I messed up. 3, 3, 3, yeah. I got to knock. This should be easy though, because I just go erase a face and I can just knock one off at each one of these. Yeah. 4. Okay, let me save this while we're doing this. Your character is a little bit higher than 2 blocks, so you can kind of see where this would be. Did I get that right? 2 blocks. Yeah. That where how big this actually would be. Like, it's a really big area. So let's save as. Here, that's what we're going to do. No. Save as. And let's call this tower slice. Tower level 100, 100. So I think what I'm going to do is I can build this modularly, going from trying to think of how this would work. Going from the top to the floor, I could build a stairway on the outside here, but then if the tower level shrunk, you wouldn't be able to go up there. But if I built the stairs inset, you could always go to the next one, but I'm thinking I should place the stairs procedurally in the tower. Let's just see if we can get this in the game and see what this is like. Save this. Yeah, we saved it. Okay, so let's go into Unreal and let's take, let's go find our tower that we just made. And that is in our voxel prefab folder. And then we have to make it placeable. So we have to go into blueprints. We're going to add a new one, and we can just add tower. Compile, save, file, save all. And in here we have to make a definition for it. So where do we do that? Oh, here. We'll call this is unnecessary. Okay, now let's go to the place where we drop these prefabs down. And what I'm going to do right now, this is probably not where it would go, but I'm just going to drop it down into origin, where the regular tower would have been, and just have it overwrite the regular tower. It's funny, the story about this is, you know, the original tower was kind of just an experiment we were doing to test the world, and we left it in. So it's interesting how when you know, you do things, sometimes, you know, you explore, sometimes you come up with stuff that's like interesting to do. Let's okay, so this is yeah, okay, if the min the max distance is less than if the min distance is less than 120. I think this is, we'll see if this works. Place tower level large. Let's put this at 0. Zero, zero, no rotation. Wow, I could just make one stairway and keep rotating it. That would be a cool way to do this. Oh, a lot of questions coming up. Can we have procedural destruction of the tower? That's an interesting idea. Are you looking for the help in the game at all? We're always looking for some sort of help. Does everyone on the team have a specific role? This is an interesting question. For an indie game company, people have to do lots of different things. So everybody has a role, but everybody's role also overlaps into other places. So we have programmers that do a little art. We have designers that do programming. Like that. That sort of thing. But yeah, for the most part, like there is there's me. And then there is somebody who does mostly engineering, somebody who does mostly art, and then somebody who does mostly design. But on the end of the day, we're all game developers, so we are multidisciplined. So we do lots of different things. Where is the pyramid base? I wanted this to be in a place so I could see it. So let's do it up at like... I don't even know how to get to this. This is one of the problems I have to solve. I have to figure out where the ground is. This will put this up in the air. No, that's not where I wanted to do that. Crap. This is, if we get a slab of the tower in here, this will be a good test. So save all. Let's do we're done with that. Let's do a build in here. If you go to the community Discord server, somebody's asking about helping with the game. There's a bunch of places where you can contribute to stuff. I'm trying to find a link for that. Oh, okay. Discord is trying to protect me. I'm going to quit my job when the day drops. It's yeah, you don't. Hopefully, you won't have to do that. So I'm not seeing this. So, oh, I didn't compile. Oh, thank you for the donation. Have you ever thought about adding some type of volcanoes? Wow, that would be cool. I'm going to write that down. Like a lot of the stuff that suggestions that we've been putting in, like this is a suggestion from last night. Volcanoes. Yeah, I got a little... Will the dragons be modified? Yeah, we're going to remake the dragons, so they will be modified. I'm not seeing this thing. It'd be nice to just see it in the world. What level am I? Huh, okay. Something's going wrong here. You know what we should do is just let's flatland this, just so that we don't get anything confused. So I can get rid of the whole, yeah. Okay, compile. Okay, at least the thing showed up. It's interesting, it's cut off. I must not be doing something right. Yeah, so here is the slab. Is this wide enough? I almost want to go in one more, because I'm thinking about if I put, let's do this. Ah. Dot build block. Dot rock. I think. Yeah. Gotta figure out why it's hanging off the edge like that. Catch myself, fell off the world. Okay. I thought about doing something like this. Actually, probably works. But actually, probably inset. So. Maybe like this instead. Try to decide which one of those I like better. And I would clear everything up here probably if I did that. Somebody's asking if the pyramids are done. I don't. What I'm exploring here is our technology, and based on like what it's like to build things. I'm going to change it. So I don't want to finish up the pyramids until I know we have all our technology straight. So I'm trying to decide what stairway style would be better here. If it would be. Let's get rid of that. If I was like this, and then this went up into the next balcony, or this inset stairway that then walked over to the next balcony. I'm not sure which of these is better. Well, I don't know. This one actually, this would probably have to be full all the way down. Keep missing that. Yeah, I think either of those would. I think this one would actually work better because I could eventually pop this up to the top of another smaller level. Like you would come up with a 2-hole door. Actually, what probably needs to happen is this is 3 inside here. This weather's driving me nuts. And as soon as I hit play here, I'm going to lose all my stuff. Oh, here's another donation. Thank you. Finally tuned in live. World's going to be amazing. Would love to see new dynamics to keep the end game loop fresh. Hopefully we can give you some new stuff. Thank you very much. Really appreciate the donation. And it's interesting that this turned into granite, stone, and not granite. But okay, I'm not going to worry about this too much. I don't know why it's not showing up in the world, but let's get them to stack first. So, where is that? I'm happy that I'm seeing them. Okay. We took the world out. Why am I doing this? Okay. So let's go. Plus, and we'll go from, let's see if we just go from 0 I times 12. Oh, we were going to try to figure out why it didn't, I don't have a bad edge. Like why that they were cut off. That was a, let's make sure the pivot is in the right place. $50-50. Well, I'll figure out that later. Okay. Did not compile. Okay. Okay. This, I think, was going to be the height of the tower. punch through. Oh, we're underground. $40 floors. Okay, let's bring the world back in. Actually, let's figure out why this thing doesn't appear. This is really weird how this one edge is not showing up. Make sure that I save this. No, we want this to be the pivot at 0, 0. Oh, there is an issue with that because of the way that our world works. Yeah, this needs to be at like at least 50 by 50. It probably means to be at 64 by 64. This is a problem. It means we couldn't have this at the origin. And we'll bring the world back in. It's interesting is we don't see a lot of the what's above us. The build height is higher than this though. And this is going all the way down from hell. So that's the build height. So we could go up just a couple more floors. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. But, oh, did we fix the problem with the thing not showing up? Yeah, because we were over the edge. I don't know why it's not showing up as granite either. That's probably a mistake. So again, what I was thinking here with the stairs is there's one of two types of stairs, which is, I won't do the whole thing again. Like an external stairway. That punches through here. This would be too wide instead, but gives you an opportunity to fall off. I guess you'd probably need like a railing around here. Yeah, this is convincing me to do it the other way. And then you'd get this, we'd have to make this deeper inside anyways. Or an inset stairway, which I think is the way to go. Where it would come up into you would not have this up into probably 3 deep into a little area in here that you would step up and come out in, and then I don't need a railing and stuff around it. A stairwell, or the stairs could be internal. I guess that would be the other way to do it, or both. Probably both. Let's stick some dungeons in these and see what we get. Thank you so much for the donation. Also keep streaming, fine-tuning for every cool see this game come to birth. Thank you. Okay. Let's stick some dungeons inside. Right now I'll have to do the tombs because that's the only dungeon I have built out, but this will give us a good idea of how this is going to work. So for each level, this is actually really simple to do. Let's go here. Okay, so for each level of the tower, we will also do a build tomb. And we just do this. We're going to copy what we got up here. Let's build a... Oh man, how big is this? Let's run our calculator. 100 and what is it? Railing 3 in 4 minus 8, like 92. Let's do a 90. Equal to 100. No, 90. Let's just do 90. 45 by 45. We need to generate the seed for this. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this. So So we get a different dungeon on every level. We'll do this. XORed with the... No, that doesn't work. We have to hash this together. No, we did this in another place. Yeah, here. Dungeon seed. And then we're going to do a uniform distribution. 0 and you know what, I'm going to make sure. Let's fire up a grok here and make sure that I'm doing this right. This is a... I thought we had a hash. Did we build a hash function? Yeah. This is Unreal C++. I want a random number between 0 and int max. Oh, duh. Okay. There's a built-in constant for that. Let's each sip of Diet Coke instantly recharges them to 100 HP. I need a bubble that happens over my head when that happens. Let's do that. What were we looking at? Grok. Where's Grok here? Yeah. Where's that line? This is the line that we need right here. I'm not very familiar with. I'm new to Unreal Engine, and I haven't programmed in C++ for many years, so the AI is helping me get up to speed with everything, which is really great. We'll call this distribution. Yeah, and we will and this is going to be at 64, 64. And vector 3 is center is this, and what we're going to do is say we're going to put this at tower center minus dungeon size over 2. Okay, that's a lot. Let's see if this works. And while we're building, we'll get back to the chat. Is Grok better than ChatGPT? I'm finding that Grok is better than Chat. It depends on what you're doing. Grok Grok definitely gives more objective answers than GPT. It seems less filtered, so I've gotten to the habit of using it. For this type of stuff, it probably doesn't matter very much, but I've just sort of gotten in the habit of using it in general. Because if you ask a question to GPT, it's obvious that they've stacked how it should speak to you, but when you give it something to Grok, it kind of just gives you the information without filtering it. But I think GPT for like hardcore AI stuff is probably better, but this is about the most simple use of AI that we have. We have an internal tool that I call Syntastic. That is a high-powered coding tool, and that one I can switch back and forth the models, but I tend to use GPT. Grok does seem a little buggy, yeah. Nobody has submitted any voxels yet, and I haven't really seen, somebody's asking here, have anybody submitted voxels, and nobody has, and we just are getting our submission form running today. So, pretty soon we'll have an automated submission form for that stuff. Okay, I'm really curious to see if it's going to work. Did we do the compile already? I don't remember. And let's run it and see. No, we crashed. Okay. Crashed while building the dungeon, which means that we're not putting the dungeons in the right place. What are the locations? 19 by 0. Yeah, that sounds like a problem. Oh, this is... This is a space translation issue. Unity and our word lily are in two different coordinate spaces, and I need to not be converting them the way I am. So we are using unreal coordinates for, yeah, here's the problem. Tower center is, we should just make this. We're using Unity coordinates in one, or not Unity, Unreal coordinates in one place, and CastleMiner Z coordinates in another. Yeah, I think that actually will fix it. We didn't want to change all the CastleMiner Z building code. We have to restart Unreal. We didn't want to change all the CastleMiner Z building code because it was actually copied over. But it creates this confusion. In CastleMiner Z, it was X, Z, and Y was up. But in Unreal, it's X, Y, and Z is up. So we have to switch coordinates back and forth between the two systems. Somebody's saying they tried to make something with a voxel system. Did you use our the template that we gave with the palettes? We were really hoping that people could help us out by building cool things that maybe we hadn't thought about. Fingers crossed. This is like the rewarding part of game development. Okay, no, and this is the sucky part of it. What do we got here? 19 by 19 by 0, negative 57. Oh, I think see, this is the crazy stuff. I think I do everything by the top of the dungeon and not the bottom, which I should change. This is horrible. It would be really easy for me to just go here and say dungeon start is minus equal to, no. It happens to be 12, minus 12. Oh, how would this work? Plus 9 probably. Yeah, we do this somewhere else to line this up. We add 9 to everything because that's the height of the dungeon, but we don't have to do this anymore. We can do that in here, get rid of this one, and then specify everything by the floor. That's the right way to do this. I should fix, this is one of the things I was going to clean up while I was not on a stream, so that I wouldn't run into these bugs. Somebody's asking target sales you need on Steam to make the case to get on Xbox theoretically. That's a really it's a good question, and it's a really difficult one because I don't have a good answer to that, but there, you know, on some level you have to, it's convincing people that the game is successful. So I don't know what that looks like. You know, if the sales are nothing on Steam, it's difficult, hard. But if the sales are significant, then it gets easier. If the game is in the top 10, which Savage Lands was when we released it, it was number 7 on Steam. Like, there's no debating that. Like, you would not be able to argue with that. You'd be like, you know, the game is number 6 on Steam best-selling. Oh God, -40. We have to start this thing higher. Like, this is the I don't want to fight this thing here. Let's just start it at 12 units high. Not even sure if I'm going to keep this, so I don't want to like do a lot of work. Let's start this at plus 12. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, this is wrong. Whoa, whoa, whoa! This is a bug. Stop. Yeah. That's funny. That was AI code complete screwed us up there. Leave the other thing in. Yeah, that's what that's supposed to be. Okay. There's somebody saying here, like, getting big creators to bring more attention to it. Like, we can't really do that ourselves. That's something that you have to do. Somebody's asking how to help market the game. But yeah, building, getting people to build content for it, like talking about it online, telling your friends about it. These are all great ways to do this. Adding it to your Steam wish list. If everybody hasn't added it to their Steam wish list, they should do that. We have our pages on Steam. Let me see if I could find that if you haven't. Comes right up in Google. There's also the forum on there is a good place for us to contribute, for you to contribute ideas to. Oh, come on, let's do it. No! 9, 0, 64, 6, oh, 128. Okay, so we have a different problem here. World location is, should be 64, 64. That's not right. Where did I screw this up? Dungeon start, 0. Okay. Minus 45, minus 45. So tower center, we can't see the tower center. Tower center is, we are at 0, so it's 64, 64. And when we move to the next place in the stack, this is fun watching me debug code, right? Oh, this is a problem. We're specifying the center of the dungeon. I'm doing this twice. Okay, my bad. It's easy bug to fix. Where is this? In fact, here we don't need to do anything. We have that set up. And do we do that here at the pyramids? Yeah, base, location, location. Yeah. I'm doing too much work. Okay. Let's do this again. Oh, we gotta, when you crash, you actually have to restart Unreal. This is the addicting part of game development right here, is that, you know, you imagine this thing in your head, and every time you go to try it, it doesn't work, and it doesn't work, and you get a little closer and a little closer, and then finally when it works, it's like amazing. It's like there's always a big ah. I actually don't know why this isn't working now, because that is a valid coordinate. It's 19 by 19 by 9, and that is a valid coordinate, so I don't know. Min location 0, negative 128. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, we're building this in a place where it shouldn't be built, basically. How's the best way to do this? think that there's a block at the very beginning. So yeah. Okay, let's try it again. I only want to, like, this thing runs over the entire world, so I only want to build the tower in this one startup area just to test it. And I looks like I'm building it in a place where it shouldn't be built, which means that the seed is always going to be 0. But like, whatever, we'll figure it out. Is this the big moment? Is this the big moment? Okay. The dungeons are too big, but man, that's kind of cool. Wait a second. Yeah, it needs to be like one smaller, but like this is badass. So they line up perfectly. No, they're one too low. Wow. And it's too big. So it's whatever, 1, 2, 3, and it's like they really are, what is it, 2 on each side times 4. They have to be reduced by 4 in each dimension. This is kind of cool. Like, I didn't expect this. This is kind of cool. It almost makes me want to keep the outsides of the dungeon on the tower. I kind of want to make a screenshot of this. Okay, let's just fix one problem at a time. This is to... it needs to be up 1. Oh my God, I hate doing this. I think that the other one is sunk into the ground deliberately, which is a... Okay, let's see how this works. Just for the stream, so we don't have to get into a complicated thing. I'm trying to share the code between the pyramids and the towers, and the vertical offsets are just like a little bit off, and I don't want to break one by fixing the other. So but man, having the dungeons outside exposed is something I didn't think about, and it's actually pretty cool. And I think I'm going to go with that, because it makes the outsides of these dungeons like so much more interesting. How about now? Are we fixed? Is this the level? Yes. So you could see the transition of the dungeon. You can see also the dungeon is too big. 1, 2, 3, and we wanted 4 steps around there. So let's... Wow. This is so cool. And you realize this thing, we're only seeing part of it. Like, it just goes, and there would be stairways, and it just keeps going up. this is the top here. So let's shrink the dungeon in one dimension. So we got to shrink it by 2 in each dimension. So 88. It's cool how you can build pieces of something and then put the pieces together. Like if you followed all the streams, we built these dungeons out, over time. Yep, this is perfect. And then you're seeing this come together now. God, I was gonna cover the outsides of this, but now that's interesting that one side ended up. It's only on one side. To figure out why that is, we'd have to be really, really precise to get this to. Is this stairway maybe not big enough? Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's right. It's just the dungeon isn't building out to those edges. It's interesting because I spent a lot of time working on that, so I'm surprised that this is actually a problem. It's also kind of cool, like, because there's these internal hallways and external hallways, so you could walk around this thing. Also tells me this railing is too high. It really should be 1. Oh, it should be 1 with like these things. Oh crap. 1 with like, maybe like this, is that too corny to have it be like this? Like if we knocked out every other one and it was kind of like that. I mean, it's good to get this stuff in here and feel it. I think as a minimum it should only be this high because you want to be able to see over the edges of it. Also, you could walk over it. I guess maybe that's not good. But maybe these. But then the open edges here. I got to figure out why the open edges are not. Because I spent so much time on these dungeons, I'm tempted to not fix this. And then, oh no, it's the 2 sides. Oh, it's like offset. I see. It's these 2 corners. It's only one edge that's too big. I think it's the way that they're set up to fit together. But honestly, what I would do is I'd probably take away the interior walls completely and then just let the dungeons stack. That is like so much more interesting architecture with the doors and stuff on the outside than it is to have it on the inside. God, that totally changed. We got the lava and stuff on the inside to these. It's funny. And these are cool. I mean, you go in here and these are big dungeons, right? Like this is a 100 by 100 dungeon, which feels really big. God, this is so cool. Like, this is so cool. Like, every once in a while you do something like this and you're like, you see things come together and you're like, God, that really just came together good. So obviously we would decorate the dungeons like differently so they didn't look like Egyptian tombs. But I don't have, we could do that on another stream. Let me break through a wall here. And then we're back on the outside here. Which there's 2. Oh, we're off by 1 coordinate. That's what's going on. I could probably fix this. Is it 1 coordinate? It's 1 by 2. Such an interesting problem. And if we're not overstepping the last one here, it's like getting these lines up. Thank you so much for the donation. this one lines up, and as a, and this one's off by 1, this one's off by 2. And this one is off by 1. Man, I really should figure out why that is. Like, I have to really sit and think about why that would be. But what I'm gonna do, God, they're so, I'm thinking about just taking the middle out of here. There's so many like little problems here. Let's go back to the 90 size dungeon. Increase it by 2. Because it doesn't really hurt anything to do that. And we will go save all. And yeah, and then there's still a wall that it's off on. So we get 3 on each side. Oh, I didn't compile. That's the problem. Oh, sorry. Definitely want to check out your thing. Will you add any environment details? Because I think right now it feels like blocks have no detail, like actually grass, some sort of coffins or furnishings. I guess to go to this, so we don't have plans to change the game, look of the game dramatically, especially since it's like photorealistic lighting. But adding models to the game would be interesting. In the game, we tend to add things that have meaning versus just things that decorate things. Because we're not really a building game. I think there's probably better building games. Okay. God, with the insets and everything, like this is really good. This is so good. And if we put some, we could put stairways on the inside of this and on the outside of it. And I mean, you could just imagine. I almost want to do it just to try it. Let's just have fun and put a stairway in. We could fix it later. So what I would do is I would put. Let's just put one in the middle here. Yeah, we'll go attach blocks. We'll put more granite in. This whole thing was supposed to be granite. I don't know why it didn't come in as granite. It came in as rock instead. Probably a faster way of doing this. Yeah, I wonder if I could just do this. Yeah, this is going to be the way to do it. I wonder if I could just do this. Oh yeah, there we go. And then you're going to come up under the stairway, and there's going to be another stairway on top of you. Oh man, I have a cool way of doing this. Okay, watch this. This is going to be super cool. We got to get this in the exact same spot. That's going to be the hard spot. What is that? That's block 47. 47. Oh, this is going to be so cool. And this is probably where we'll end the stream after we get this working. 47 here. So we need the same block here, 47. So in block 47, okay, let me think about how this would go. Yeah, so let me just, oops, not that at all. Okay, erase block 47. How far are the stairs? It goes up to 37, so it's 10. 3, where's 37? 47 plus 10 is 57, so we go up to here. And I screwed up something here. Put one back. Okay, let's save this. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to twist this every time on the top level, and when we do that, we're going to get a spiral staircase. Somebody's saying that that the game is very similar to 7 Days to Die. 7 Days to Die came after us, so like something to think about. Just saying. 7 Days to Die is a really good game, though. Really good game. Okay, so this is cool. So we just take this, we do this, and we rotate by. I wonder if he handles this. I times 90. Modulus 360. Let's be safe. Build. If I save all. If this works on the first, I jinx it. It's going to work on the first shot. Does it work? Didn't crash. That's good. Okay, so let's find one of these stairways. We have several problems, and I didn't get what I wanted. Okay, where is the? Oh, almost. Wait a second. We were close. Man, we're off by like 10 blocks. And it's not thick enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that I can't explain. But the concept worked. Just have to knock 6 more blocks off. Erase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's save it. Back to here, re-import. So here we go. We got a stairway. If we go around the corner, there should be another stairway. This one's probably the right size. And if we go around the corner, oops, did this one not line up? I think I have to make this a better size. I think this is the problem. Like that trick would have worked if the things were the right size. And we get another stairway and they'll just keep going. Because we're twisting it every time. And we're always, oh, we're just like always off by one. Okay, wait a second, we can fix that. Let's just put 2 blocks back. If that's the case, that is so much easier to fix. Let's go attach. There we go. Save it. Yeah, perfect. I think what I would end up doing here is making the dungeons a little bit. I have to figure out why the dungeons aren't lining up. Everything else seems to be lining up. Yeah, so we get a stairway, and because of the, it's a cool little trick, the way that we did that twist. They line up perfect. And then there should be, every time we come around a corner, there should be another stairway that takes us up to the next level. Let's go at least up 4 of them to make sure that they all... And then the problem is this dungeon, it just goes one too many spots over. But I think that's intentional. I think it's so that they lined up underground. Yeah, it goes 1 over on each edge. I could think of various ways to fix that. This is great, and all we would do is like stylize this dungeon. I'm going to add a, so this is limestone here and hieroglyphs, and this is beveled limestone, but I'll add a beveled rock. I'll make the floors out of rock. I think I should figure out a way to put this in the game. Oh, and then each tower progressively on top I'll make smaller and smaller. And then we can walk through every one of these dungeons. Every floor is different. So that's pretty cool. I mean, we're just like going. That's interesting that this side ended up covered. That's super bizarre. Like why that would happen every once in a while. And I really should take a look at that. It's surprising to me that that happens. I mean, I kind of like the variety of it, but I would like to understand why it happened in the first place. This is fun. I mean, you could have a whole game in here made with this. This one goes right through to the other side. Just keep going up. I think it's 40. I think we have it set for 40 levels right now. You know what I'm curious about? Just for, whoa, just for, no, let's get out of here. I went into the sky and drop the height of the clouds. Would this thing penetrate the clouds? Layer, cloud. Bottom altitude. There's a thunderstorm going on. Let's see, volumetric clouds. Thank you so much for the donations. Will the teleporters be the same? I didn't plan on changing the teleporters, but we haven't put them in yet, and I think that we'll do more design work when we get closer to that. Layer height scale. By the way, everybody always criticizes the game running slow when that happens, but like right here, what happens is I clicked on YouTube, and when I do that, Unreal loses focus and it goes to like a low frame rate mode, I think, so it doesn't kill your computer. But if I click back in, it goes right back to our high frame rate, and we're running at like 80 frames a second right now. So eventually there's so much hate. I don't know why there's so much hate on a game that like we're trying to make good, and it's only you know, like not even half done, you know, where people will be like, oh, look at how bad it runs because Unreal isn't optimized and blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like none of it's true, and the game isn't even done to start with. Like, you don't worry about optimization until the end. Layer height scale. Oh, I really thought there was a way. I have to look into this. That there was a... could probably get the clouds to penetrate the tower, like where you would, you know, where it would sit above the clouds. But this turned out good. I'm gonna stop the stream right there. There's a couple things I'd like to work out and I'd like to think about a little bit. Like I spend a lot of time, you know, I work out a lot. I don't know if you follow me on other places like TikTok or social media. I do my thing, and I'll probably, you know, when I'm working out, I'm always thinking about game development. I'm always thinking about what I could do now. And a lot of times ideas come to me when I'm away from things. But I'm thinking about, we'll definitely do a stream where we'll tune the dungeons to look right in a tower like this. But I want to think, and then I'm going to make like a birthday cake, smaller towers on top. But I also want to spend some time in the code and understand why sometimes we're getting extra walls when we're not supposed to. Because if nothing else, it kind of screws the stairways up here. But what I could do is I could just pull the dungeons in more, which is maybe a better idea, and then get rid of the walls around the tower to start with. And I don't know. And the other things too is I might do, even if I have 2 unit railings, I might, you know, just notch them out like this, so that they're. I think that might be a good idea. Let me do one more thing before I go. I want to get. This is like the weather that you start with, but I want to try it with better lighting. So a lot of times I'll run. Oh no, I gotta stop that. It's our weather manager. So a lot of times I'll put more happy lighting in just to see what stuff looks like. So I'm trying to figure out why everything is so dark, and I realize I'm wearing sunglasses. I didn't even think about that. I got to be careful to do this. I'm like, man, everything got dark in the game, but I'm like, no, that's not how it is. So what we'll do here is we'll set up this tower, and you know what? While I'm in here, I'll take the sky, and we'll move out to a sunset. Oh, why can't I do? Why isn't this working? Get rid of that. We'll get a cool sunset going. Yeah. Which is more dramatic lighting for these things. Yeah, this is, I think, where Unreal really shines here. Like, this is this type of lighting where, like, we're seeing the light kind of bounce into these things. Like, you could imagine, like, here you go. Here's a good example. Like, coming around this corner and having the light kind of bounce into these rooms. Yeah, like here is a good example where it's all bounced lighting. Like if I put a zombie here, for example, you know, you start to see he's got a shadow against that wall. The light's coming in from here, but he's got a, these are stand-in zombies. I gotta keep saying that we're in the middle of redesigning the zombie right now. But you can see the zombie, this is what's so cool about the zombie, actually has a shadow on the wall from the bounce lighting, and that's ray trace. That's the ray trace lighting right now. If you put him here, he'll be lit up brightly by the bounce lighting. I'm trying to get him in the right place where you can see this. Yeah, like see how he's kind of lit from the front, but he's lit from the lighting bouncing off that wall. Like that's actually a kind of a cool look. But even here with the shadows, we could do put a skeleton in there too. Whoa! I don't know why the skeletons are glowing now. That's actually concerning. That shouldn't be. Send this. They're lava skeletons. It's crazy. That's a bug, but it's a cool bug, so I want to see it before I go. In a dark place. Like in here would be cool. You can see him lighting up the room as he walks around the corner. Coming through the water. Oh my God, that's terrifying. That is so cool. I feel like okay, cool. That was a good day. I appreciate everybody coming by. We'll do another stream, assuming you want another stream. I never checked in to see how many people were on this stream. And there were some neat surprises there. Dungeon towers and lava skeletons. Pretty cool. I appreciate everybody coming by, and yeah, let's tune in for the next one. It'll be this is getting better and better every time. Thank you.